Once upon a time, I was a teenager in the early 2000s. But we'll start with my children. Why are they naughty? Because I was looking for my streaming device. I had my 2 phones charging last night before I went to bed, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I checked the bedroom of my 3 children. I first went to my son's room, and I found a Nintendo Switch that was on. So he was watching Nintendo Switch, or he was playing games all night. And then there was my daughter, and it's pretty early. I woke her up and I asked, "Hey, do you have my goat phone?" She's like, no, of course not. And so then I asked my other daughter, "Do you have my goat phone?" No, of course not. Well, I'd really like to stream and say hello. It's kind of important to me. You guys shouldn't be up all night on devices. Well, anyways, very quickly I realized someone did have my goat phone, as you can see, since we went live. But the moral of the story is anyone who has ever had access to a screen is going to do whatever they can to continue to have access to a screen. Please excuse me, I'm going to have some difficulty with some of the functions while I'm feeding the baby goat here. But anyways, so about this person at my workplace. So I can only talk about it because it's the same experience I had and the same experience so many of us had. All right, we want to grow up to become a doctor. We're going to be doctors, okay? I'm going to be a doctor when I grow up. I wanted to be a cancer specialist because my grandfather died of cancer, and when they found it, it was everywhere. So there was no hope there, all right? So, cancer specialist, that was something. What am I trying to say? Well, my stream is a little bit choppy here. Let's see if I can fix it. That's fine. Oh, sorry. I was in high school and I was working very, very, very hard, but I started a vegetarian diet, and, well, I found that my focus wasn't so good. And this student who wants very badly to be a doctor is struggling in one of her courses. And she's bright, she's shiny, she's wonderful. There's no reason she should struggle. So I thought maybe what was going on is 2 things. We need to work on the sleep, the diet, and have some acknowledgement that puberty is hard on girls, because it is. Okay? All right, so let's see. My bottle's empty. So that's a pretty short stream, isn't it? Oh well, that's okay. Here. What do you think? You're just going to sit here now? Maybe a baby goat? So when I was thinking about this lady, this young lady, I noticed a lot of similarities. She's really trying hard. She's doing what she can. She really, really wants to do well. She's got big dreams, but it's hard to hack those dreams when you are not doing well, when you're not healthy, okay? And for girls, it's pretty tricky because, as you know, something happens to teenagers, teenager boys and teenager girls. Boys get the long end of the stick because they remain kind of happy and childlike and full of energy and joie de vivre. They do quite well. But for girls, they begin to experience quite the extreme shift in positive and negative emotion, okay? It's very hard on girls because their hormones just drop. They peak and they drop, and we are expected to show up with the same performance every single day as the males. So you compound that with diet and lifestyle problems. You compound that with no sleep at night, like my naughty children stealing devices and staying up all night. That's pretty typical. You compound that, and what you're going to find is it's impossible for higher order thinking. It's impossible to learn well. There's going to be so much struggle. That's not fair. Anyway. What else could I say about that? Let's just wrap it up nicely and put this goat away. So, if you wanted to be a doctor and you're in high school and you just failed a course or didn't get the prereq to the next level, I want to tell you, you didn't fail. You've got to remove all the things you can and fix what you can. And it's not your teacher's fault. You have access to the information. You have access to the internet. If you wanted to learn something and become great, you have that opportunity. It's partly on you, okay? It's not good to externalize. Your dreams are your dreams, okay? However, what can you take responsibility for? The toxic food environment, you might not get to control what kind of food you eat, and that will affect everything. If you're spiking your blood sugar and you have sensitive blood sugar, that's not good, okay? If you are trying to have sustained thought and you can't because your diet is so bad. If you can't study because you're up all night scrolling through YouTube, that's a problem. How do you expect to be a doctor? Anyway, I have to stop the stream because my children have woken